Okay, that's all for now. You will finish reading Chapter 2 for tomorrow, please. Thank you. Ted, would you stay for a minute, please?
I guess. What did I do now?
You did this creative writing assignment, Ted, and you did a tremendous job. I just wanted to let you know that.
Did I? Okay.
This is a really good story you've written. I think you should submit it for publication. I know there are a few youth anthologies that would easily accept this. I can even help you with that if you like.
Is it good? I was just kind of writing whatever.
Yes, it's extremely good, as is everything you write. You're a very talented writer. It's a rare gift shared by some pretty great people. I hope you're at least somewhat proud.
Okay, I guess I'll write more.
I think you should.
Dear Mr. Dolan, I was Googling random shit at 3 a.m. for some reason, and somehow I got from the Wikipedia page for double-decker buses to the website for the old school, and I remembered how you were basically the only good teacher I ever had, so I thought I would write to you and say something. I'm not even sure, actually. Maybe this is just weird. You know what? Never mind. Dear Mr. Dolan, I was cleaning shit out of my closet the other day, and I found some old stuff from school, and I remembered how I basically hated every other teacher except you. And then I looked at the alumni page of the school website and saw the business owners and the dentists and that chick who was on Shark Tank, and half of them were younger than me. And then I wondered why I wanted to write to an old teacher to announce that I barely make a living cobbling together various writing and comedy and acting things, and my new book sold 143 copies, and the publisher stopped replying to my emails, and why the fuck would I ever tell you this? Dear Mr. Dolan, I keep getting the idea to write to you, but I don't know how this kind of thing is supposed to go. I feel like acknowledging that you are an actually good memory for me in a haze of awkwardness and bullying, but at the same time, I've tried Googling this shit, and when most people write to old teachers, they're saying, thanks for fostering my interest in science and reading, because now I'm a physicist/judge, and my conventionally attractive partner and children would just like to say, cheers for the leg up. So I didn't end up as some creepy guy in a bar making teenage money at age 30 and writing completely unwelcome letters. Dear Mr. Dolan, you would read books to the class, and when we obviously weren't paying attention, you would scare the shit out of everyone by yelling suddenly when the characters in the book would yell, and I always thought that was fucking hilarious. Sometimes I do it during my act, but it's not really the basis for a letter, I'm guessing. Dear Mr. Dolan, maybe I just hated all of school and every teacher and most of the kids, and it was just decades of misery, and you were just the least bad experience instead of something actually significant, and this letter is a brick sailing through your mental window, and there's a note tied to it, but you don't recognize the name because why the fuck would you? I mean, even if you did know who I am, this is fucking ridiculous. Dear Mr. Dolan, my kindly grade 7 teacher, thought I'd just let you know, I just finished writing a 40-minute comedy set about oral sex and how lazy men should just become gay because it's less research, because that's the kind of thing I do with my time. And I fucking use swears the way other people use the and I like that Japanese porn where the women have dicks. And I'm hateful and unapproachable, and sometimes I'm fucking literally just looking for a fight. And you're a normal man who coaches volleyball and helps in the community, and aren't you glad you had some hand in my upbringing? Isn't it totally appropriate for me to be writing to you? How the fuck's it going? Dear Mr. Dolan, I keep coming back to this letter even though I don't even know what you mean to me. Like, do other people have this problem?
Dear Mrs. Kincaid, I just wanted to casually and easily wish you a happy retirement in a manner that's entirely proportional to your role in my ongoing existence. P.S. I almost made 6 figures last year. I know, right?
Dear Mr. Whoever, I literally haven't thought about school since I graduated because it was a smooth and unremarkable experience for myself and my friends and probably most functional human beings.
Hello, Professor Gruber. It was good to see you last night. I greatly enjoy our bi-weekly dinners. It's so wonderful that the friendship that blossomed between us back then has persisted so strongly throughout the years and...
Dear Mr. Dolan, God fucking damn it. Dear Mr. Dolan, I'm allegedly a writer, but I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. Dear Mr. Dolan, this is the biggest house I'll ever own. Dear Mr. Dolan, everything seems like a good idea at 3 a.m. Dear Mr. Dolan, the first time I had the idea of writing to you, you were still listed as a teacher, but you must have retired by now, and I guess I still have the email address you gave us back in the day, but I doubt you still use it, so I think this is just a convenient sign that this was a fucking terrible idea to begin with. I don't even remember myself back then. Why would you? Hopefully you enjoy your retirement and get letters from actually successful students, and then live out the rest of your years, and you'll eventually pass on, never knowing that I think you're, you know what? Fuck it. Dear Mr. Dolan, hi, it's Ted L. I was the lippy, irresponsible kid in your grade 7 class like 17 years ago. I was weird then, and now I'm even more a sketchy, nebulously counterculture guy whose life barely overlaps with the kind of person you are, or know, or probably ever encounter. And you were a teacher for like 30 years, and you had hundreds or thousands of kids, and most of them were normal, and you probably see them at the supermarket with their kids. And meanwhile, I'm sitting in the dark, 1,000 miles away, in the middle of the night, writing the 800th draft of a letter to someone who obviously wouldn't remember me or understand why I would remember you. But there's a point to this, I swear. I do remember you. I remember the other kids bitching about how hard of a teacher you were and how it was weird that you did the voices when you read books to the class. But me and a couple other kids hated every teacher except for you. I never fit in, and I remember how you would single me out for extra attention sometimes, and I always wondered how you knew to do that. But in retrospect, it was probably obvious that I needed an arm around my shoulder, and you definitely did that for me because you're one of those rare people called an adult. Capital A. I am not an adult, but I'm trying to get there, I swear. And if anyone gets there, it's because of the example other people set for us. It's easy to forget how much time we spent as kids with adults who weren't our parents, but who also influenced us, no matter how different we ended up being. And every kid needs that, especially the weird kids. And I've probably blocked out most of my time in the education system, but I guess I've always remembered you. And I remember you told me it's okay to start a sentence with "and," because writing has no rules. And you taught me to define stuff like nice and cool, instead of just mindlessly using words. But most importantly, you were the first person to tell me I was good at something. And I was like, huh, really? I'm good at writing? But that went on to form my entire identity. I write for a living now, as much as I make a living. I mean, I keep waiting until I'm officially successful and mature to start thanking everyone, but I could be waiting forever. I mean, that's not what life is, so it's like this. Writing's the one thing I'm good at, and I'm glad I'm good at it. So yeah, I'm writing this to you. And maybe you won't even read this. I probably missed my chance, and you won't know who the hell I am anyway, because nobody keeps their email address from 17 years ago, and nobody remembers people from back then either. So maybe I won't even hit send when I'm done. But even if I'm just talking to myself here, I guess I just need to say I remember you. I need the universe to know that. You were a fucking really good teacher, so thanks. It's a rare gift shared by some pretty great people. I hope you're at least somewhat proud.